Hey, it's Mr. White, PE teacher here at Calvary Christian Academy, and I want to make a video for my students if you wanted to do a basketball backyard workout. Maybe you don't have a hoop, like I don't have a hoop in my backyard. I could go to a park, I could go to a public school and find a hoop to play at, but maybe you just want to do something right where you're at. Maybe you don't have a big backyard, so you could do it out on the sidewalk. You could go and walk to a local park. There's so many ways that you can really get out and practice the sport that you love or that you want to get better at. That's something that I've been working on. It's like, all right, Mr. White, let's get better at this so I can jump in and play some good pickup games, because I haven't really played since like middle school, your age right now. I've done a few pickup games, but I would also like to get better. So I created this for you so that we can practice the cardio side of things as well as, in this particular video, ball handling. So let's get started with that. So if we're in our backyard and we want to do some cardio, I don't have a ton of space to be running, but guess what I can do for cardio that's going to be really good? I can jump rope. So I have that on here. This is a speed rope. You'll notice it is thin all the way through. They have some weighted ones, but that's not really what we're looking for. If you don't have one, this will be your steps. But I did this for volleyball when I played in high school, and it's such a good workout. So with everything we have on this sheet, take it as you will. These are like minimums. You can definitely do more, but I wanted to show you the jump roping to show you it should be pretty quick. So if this, we're going. That would be forward, then going backwards. Watch out, Teddy. Oh. Backwards. And then one leg. And the other leg. So that'll be jump roping for you, really great for your heart. And that's what we want to do, is make sure we have good cardio for this. From there, in the section 1, I have defensive slides. So I can go over what that looks like, but your knees are bent, split apart, your arms are out, your chest is up. So if you look at it like this, it's as if there's an offense and I'm trying to move around to stop the player from coming any forward than they already are. And this is going to be really helpful to practice because we don't usually stand like this with our chest up. So a slide would be going like this and like that. I would do it for the extent of my yard. And then after you do the full laps of that, the next one is you're doing half of this and then changing to a run. So it's really just getting you used to swift, quick movements of we're here, now we're here, now we're here, we're here. Your arms should be out, wide and big. I've got a big wingspan because I'm pretty tall. So that is what that looks like. Everything else in this warm-up you should be able to do. I'll also note you probably want to do some dynamic warm-ups like we do in class. Make sure everything is good to go. So that is section 1, but now let's get to the actual ball. All right, we've got the ball right here. Let's go over some things. We mainly want to use our fingertips, so we don't want our whole palm to be going at it. We want the fingertips like this. Method, fingers should be spread because we don't have a lot of control if we're going like this. We want wide hands as we're going. And these are called, as the sheet says, pound dribbles, because we're not just hitting the ball like that. No. We are pounding it down into the ground, as in we're pushing it down with force, and it should have that feel of coming back up to our hand as we're doing that. So that's a little preface on dribbling. We also want to make sure we're good at dribbling with our dominant hand as well as our non-dominant hand. Those are going to be very important things. This section 2 is split into, well, it's just stationary, and then we'll get to the moving drills, because both of these are going to be important for you to practice. And as I said, you can do the limits that I have on there, but those are just guidelines. If you are very serious about this, or if it's too easy, do some more. I know you can do it. So what you have would be, we're gonna get in the basketball position. Chest should always be up, because if I'm dribbling like this, am I gonna be able to see what's happening? No. But if I have my head up, my arm out, and I will use force and pushing down. If you're just getting started and you need to look down a little bit like you saw me doing, like that's fine. And once you get the hang of it, you wanna get it up. So it'd be 50 on that side, then switch to the other. And then you'll notice I'm taking a stance like this because if a defender is coming at me, do I want them to see the ball like this? No. I'm gonna wanna put as much distance between where the defender is as well as where the ball is. So if I'm kicking it out like this, that's a good thing you can practice as well. Because when are you actually in a game dribbling straight out? You'd probably be more like this. And Teddy's gonna have to go inside. So everything we're doing, we're wanting it to be like we are going to be practicing as if we're playing in a real game. From there, we have the low dribbles. So below your knees. And then over on this side. But chest should still be up. So you may notice I still have some stuff to work on as well. From there, we have the crossover dribble. So that would just be going one to the other. What we had done in class was we started low, brought it higher to the knees, and brought it to more of like a standing as you would be doing it. So that's 2 knees, to then a bit higher as we go. But what I would advise you see it got a little out of control, so I needed to slow down a little bit. So eventually, if I keep going, and if I do this every day or every other day, I will get a lot faster with it and more control. If you don't have control, and if I just kept going like this, out of control, then what am I learning? I'm not helping myself. So I want to have good movements so that I can keep my head up and I can see what's going on around me. Because that's with basketball, backpedaling was in that first section. Why are we doing that? Because we want to see what's happening as the ball's coming at us if we're running onto defense. Or if we're running to get the ball, we can backpedal and say, hey, give me the ball, because then we can go up, shoot it, and get a point. So under the leg would look something 1, 2, 3, down, 1, 2, 3, under, 1, 2, 3, under. And that's going to be practicing as you're dribbling and moving. You can then get to where you're dribbling it under your legs confidently. So just again, everything we should be doing should be helping us for the real game. So if you don't think 3 dribbles is realistic, do less dribbles. Maybe you need to do more dribbles. Or if it is too hard, slow it down. 1, 2, 3. Have good basketball so our chest is up. And then maybe you can get a little faster, a little lower. So on and so forth. The main thing though is we want to be focusing on our fingertips, we want our knees bent, we want our chest up and head up to see what's going on in the game. Let's go to section 3. So now we're going to be practicing moving with the ball. That's very important, especially because that's what you do when you dribble. If I'm dribbling and I stop, guess what? I can pivot. That's all I can do. And so I pass it to someone else. That's all I can do. So we need to practice moving. So we have dribble walks. The main thing, we still want to have good posture. Our chest is up, our knees bent, and we want to stay low. And we talked about this in class, because if I'm dribbling way up here, that's going to be super easy to take. But if I'm dribbling in this stance right here, you can even hear the ball pushing down, down. That's me pounding it into the ground, but also would be a lot harder, hopefully, to take away. It's also quicker. So if you see it going up, you just snatch it like that if you were the defensive player. So that's going to be important. Also, make sure you're coming down above the ball and we're not scooping it like this, because you will get called for that. And that's not a legal move you can do in basketball. So as you're doing this, we have it where you're walking. So you'd be walking, right hand, left hand, get practice on both. Then you pick it up a bit and you will eventually do speed, where you go fast and then come back slow, fast, come back slow, and sprinting, where it's just all out. Pretend like you have the breakaway, you just stole it, and you're going down to the hoop to do and score a layup. Awesome, you can do that. So you want to practice all of these things as if it's in the game. Yet again though, we want our chest up, knees bent, learning how to do it, make sure we're not scooping up and under, and you want to have control. And I've seen this in games. Players are going down and they lose momentum, they lose control of the ball, and it just goes out. And you're like, man, you could have almost had a layup. Or you could have tried a layup and gotten fouled, and then you get free throws. Free throws, free points. So maybe that's a topic for another video. I talked about this in class the other day. It's that free throws are free points. So you want to be practicing your free throws and your layups. Yes. But within that is ball handling. So that's why we're doing this right now. And then the one I didn't mention that comes after the walking is the zigzag. And what this is as if you have defenders. So you could put cones, you could put shoes, you could put garbage cans. If you have family, friends, tell them, can you stand every like 5 to 10 feet? And what it's doing is you're going down and then you're passing over, pretending like they're in your way. And how we talked about this in class when we did the drill is you're pushing with your outside leg to get the power to go around these people. And you're not skipping like that, but it's the idea. So you're going and then you're going as you're going down the way. And maybe you can do it, some fancy footwork as you're going to try to trick them out. I know some of you are very talented with those, and those are the tips and tricks you pick up. This video is more for like, let's get the fundamentals down, and you want to be able to make quick movements and changes within which direction you're going, because that's what you're going to be using in the sport itself. And so with that concludes section 3. We're on section 4 now, which is just a cool down. Some things that you want to keep in mind is you always want to be in control of the ball. So even in those sprinting ones, if you're not controlling the ball, slow down. Take it from a walk to I'm walking faster to then I'm jogging with the ball. And you can be doing that in circles around your yard, up and down the sidewalk at the park. It may look weird to you, but it's not. If you look up any of your favorite basketball players, check and see, what do they do every day? They're going to be dribbling, they're working on cardio, they're going to be shooting. These are all things that you need to work on every single day if you want to get better and excel at the sport. So some of these things, maybe you're like, Mr. White, we're just dribbling? What? Yes. I played volleyball for most of my athletic career, and bumping is like equivalent. That's how you pass the ball, is bumping. And people might be like, why do we need to bump? Well, if you want to get a good set, to get a good hit, you need a good pass, and you pass through bumping. So it's one of those things where if you can get this down, you will look so good on the court, but also maybe the coach will play you more. Maybe you'll get more playing time. Maybe you will be able to sprint down the court and have full control of the ball to make a layup or get fouled and get your free throw shots in. So the cool down will mostly just be same thing we've been doing. We're going to keep the good posture with the chest up, head up, but just kind of cooling it down, making sure that you're getting your heart rate back to where it was. You can do lower as well if you need to. But the idea should be that you are very comfortable with this ball. Anything you need to do to get yourself where you can be confident with throwing it around, catching it, knowing what it feels like from your fingertips to moving it around. This is more water polo, but it just shows that I am somewhat comfortable with the ball because I've been playing sports for many years. So that's the idea with you too. The more you do this, the more confident you get when you get the ball, so that in the game, if you are past the ball, you're not like, help, I need to pass it. You can be like, no, I've got this. I practice. Look at that. Wow. And I know that's pretty cheesy, but I hope you understand that the whole idea behind this is you want to practice every day on these fundamentals, just like I suggest in my math class, so that as you go, everything will build on itself. So if you can get this down good, and then we cover shooting and what that looks like, and you practice that as well every day, then you will be unrecognizable by the time you get to the end of the season. And these are things you can do off season as well, especially the cardio. So that jump roping, man, if you don't have a jump rope, that's definitely okay, but I would advise you eventually, maybe for Christmas, ask for that, or for a birthday, ask for a speed jump rope, because that's great cardio. And if you don't like to run, then wouldn't you rather jump? I know I would. Put some upbeat music and we're just jumping for days. But I hope this has been helpful. I'm excited to see what you all do with this. And like I said, if this is too easy, you can add on to it. Ask your own coaches as well. What else can I be doing? in my spare time, because this is just what I would be working on, because I know just from the years that I've been watching and playing different sports is that it really is the daily practice. There's so much out there that you can learn and look up for different things to practice, but this is, again, just at a beginner's level, covering some of those fundamentals. So I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you out on the court.